First, there's an incentive because most of the Republicans in the Senate can't stand Donald Trump. Second, there's an incentive because the only way they keep him off a ballot permanently is by first convicting him, because then that's the only time they can go to a vote that would prohibit him from ever holding.
We just watched MSNBC and Fox. On MSNBC, they cited that whether McConnell's going to vote for conviction. And the idea of that is, and you're on the edge now, you know. Therefore, you're on the speculation of what may well happen or may not happen. And we've been somewhat right along the way, because I predicted way back in the early spring of the year that the three elections in Louisiana, Kentucky, and Virginia went for the Democrats. That meant women were voting in the Republican Party for the Democrat. And I said, that's going to happen in the national election, and nobody's going to understand it because it will distort. They'll vote for lower down the line people on the ballot, meaning senators and representatives and so forth, but they won't vote for Trump. That's what occurred. That's what's hard for a lot of the Republican Party to understand. They rejected Trump. The women rejected Trump down the line. We're watching women talking here on Fox saying she invested her life in protecting this and dealing with this party, and she got destroyed. And she's predicting that the party and the government's going to fall apart because Biden's not going to know what to do and all this and that. No, what's going to happen, I think, the Republican Party is going to fall apart. The thing she was part of, she thought, which she had a grounding in, is no longer there. McConnell's going to try to get rid of Trump and purge him from running again, because he's blaming Trump for the failure of the party itself by purging him, and he will do that. I predict that. He feels that might save the party. They have to get away from the Trump idea in the party, or the party's lost. And that is the dilemma they're in. Now, you watch Joy Reid here saying that Biden is going to do this, this, and this, and I think she's more right than the other gal. The Democrats have power now. They know McConnell's going to purge Trump, and that's going to split the Republican Party. The power of the Republican Party is going to just, I think, crumble. And down the line, down the ticket, these people are going to get knocked out. The people who objected to the election are going to lose office. The Jim Jordans and people like that are going to get voted out. They're embarrassing people generally, and they look like idiots to continue on saying what happened on January 6th is okay. So you have her, Joy Reid, saying that Biden is going to use this thing to gain power, and people are going to gravitate to this moderate, reasonable result of an election in Biden and hope for the best, for something. And if Biden does anything like infrastructure rebuilding, he's going to win over a lot of people, because he's going to put a lot of people to work. The other thing he's going to do is get rid of the tax cut to pay for that. Remember that. He's going to do the FDR thing. Build infrastructure, pay for it with a wealth tax. 45 years we did that. He's going back to that tradition of making the wealthy pay and have the country grow as a result. The infrastructure thing was why Atlanta is what it is. Huge. It's the New York of the Midwest, of the southern Midwest. It's Chicago and New York together, and a growing metropolis, powerful as hell, throwing out the Republicans, turning red to blue overnight, the state of Georgia. That's remarkable. That's going to happen to Texas next. So this is where this thing is moving. So, you know, Joy Reid has got, she sees there's legs under what's going to happen. And we're going to see the wealth tax go, the infrastructure grow, and a new version of Obamacare probably instead of Medicare for all. But it should be Medicare for all, but it's probably not going to. They're not going to quite move to that, which they need to do, in my opinion.